What's up, everybody? It's Crazy Carter 21 here. What is going on, everyone? What is up, YouTube? So today I wanted to go ahead and give you my review of E3. Now, the reason it took me a little bit longer than usual to do this review was because I kind of wanted to get a little bit more into what is going on between PlayStation and Xbox. So I saw each conference twice. I saw both days of the briefing between Sony's briefing and Xbox's briefing. And I talked to PlayStation gamers, Xbox gamers. I even went as far as watch other YouTubers. I read the comments on Twitch, Twitter, and on the comments on YouTube. To begin with, let's kind of break down what E3 is. E3 is the Super Bowl of gaming. It happens once a year. So E3 is supposed to be like this. PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo are going to be performing along with other major companies why you need to buy their product. You know what I mean? Or for PlayStation and Xbox, why you need to continue playing the Xbox. What are our incentives? What is keeping you engaged with every other company? You know, why do you need to come with us? And what we're offering to you, what we're doing to improve, and what we're doing in the future. That is an E3 presentation conference that happens once a year. Think about it. For all you kids and young adults, people invest hundreds and thousands of dollars to travel to these events, you know, to pay for something, hoping that their jaw is going to hit the floor. They're going to be drooling with all the new tech and all the new games and all the future stuff that's coming out with the VR. I mean, that's what people are looking forward to. So now that you kind of get a grasp of my vision of what E3 is, let's go ahead and go down a little bit further into the Xbox side of things. Okay, so Xbox had their conference. They showed the Xbox S, which we truly needed because Xbox the consoles are huge, and then you got the power brick. It takes a lot of shelf space. Once again, I own both consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox, and PlayStation 4 is a lot smaller and very convenient. I can literally unplug it and go. With the Xbox, it is bulky as hell. It takes a lot of space. I own two Xbox Ones because I play Halo competitively, and I have a competitive layout in my house. So with that being said, I'm glad that they came out with the S, and I'm glad that they made a lot of improvements with the console. So they tuned up the specs a little bit. It has HDR. It has the 4K streaming thing. You know what I mean? The Xbox One new controller, now you can actually, you know, continue playing your Xbox. If you have to go to your family's member's house or to another friend's house, you bring your laptop with you. If they have a PC, you just bring your controller. You continue your games from there with your friends and call it quits. It's really cool. 40% smaller. It looks beautiful. That's awesome. The games, I'm gonna be honest with you, in my honest opinion, I didn't feel like anything dropped my jaw in terms of games for the Xbox. I knew Gears of War 4 was coming out. We already knew that ReCore was coming out. We knew Halo Wars 2 was coming out, but mind you, I didn't play the first one, so I didn't really get all hyped up like everyone else did. State of Decay, another game I didn't play, so I didn't feel as hyped either. I didn't feel like the game left me with like, oh my gosh, yo, I gotta play it. Tekken was a surprising one because Tekken, I remember growing up as a kid, I've always played Tekken on the original PlayStation and PlayStation 2. So that was pretty cray-cray. I was just like, what? Xbox is showing off Tekken? But it was pretty cool to see that. That was cool. Killer Instinct, I like what they did there. Now, the game that really dropped my jaw, and I'm not even a racing fan like that, dude. I play with some of my friends, but I'm not into the racing games like I used to as when I was a teenager. But you gotta admit, Forza Horizon 3 looked pretty damn sweet. Play seamlessly, cooperative with your friends. The graphics just looked absolutely stunning. That thing was beautiful. That was awesome. Gears of War 4 was really nice too, but I already knew that was coming out. They talked about it. Scalebound, I've always wanted to play Scalebound. I can't wait for that to come out. It's also going to be 4-player co-op. I'm a huge cooperative person. Now that's one thing I gotta say about Xbox. They did reveal a lot of exclusives, and most of the exclusives are multiplayer. Cooperative thing. I love engaging myself with other players. It's a lot of fun. So that's good. That's good that we're going to be able to experience all these new games cooperatively. But once again, it wasn't jaw-dropping for me. So I would have to say and admit that Sony had better games, dude. That they had the games. The Xbox, they had presentation. I like what they did with Forza Horizon. They had a 4K PC. They had a standard Windows 10 PC. They had the original Xbox One. They had the Xbox One S on stage. They were all playing Forza Horizon on the floor in front of everybody. That is a presentation that I enjoyed. That was really cool. Same thing with Gears of War people coming out. I mean, they pretty much did that with all the games. They showed physically on stage them playing these games. They talked about these games. They try to get you engaged with the games. Now, they also talked about the Xbox Live, how they're improving it. They're going to be building in, installing more servers around the world. And now they have the, for people who love to play competitively, you're going to have Xbox Live Arena. You're going to have Xbox Live Groups. And then you're going to have an Xbox Live ad wall. So, like, say, for example, you're playing Halo, and you're the only one online right now. Your best buds are not online, and you need some two experienced, dedicated people who are willing to kick ass. You throw that ad up there, they'll join your game, and there you go. The Scorpio, they talked about the specs, but I guess we'll see more on the next E3 regards to that. Now, they did the Play Anywhere. The Play Anywhere, a lot of people misunderstood. A lot of people were like, well, when they're doing the Windows 10 Play Anywhere, what's the incentive of me buying an Xbox One? Players who have an Xbox 360, and you're looking on getting the Xbox One, here is your incentive. Like I said earlier, you're at home, you're playing Battlefield 1 with your friends, you are kicking ass, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know, my family's doing a barbecue, you know what I mean, and or I just have some free time, I'm going to, you know, a friend's house or something like that. If you have a laptop or your friend has a PC and an Xbox One, you're going to be able to go ahead and continue your gameplay with your digital content on the Xbox One, because it saves on either in or console. So continue playing your game from console to PC at your friend's house, or your family member's house, your cousin's house, whatever the case is. You're going to be able to continue playing. And not only that, everyone has that friend who doesn't have either console that's a big PC gamer, and if they have the Windows 10, they can finally play with you. You're going to have that friend, and you're like, dude, let's get on that Battlefield 1. Let's go kick some ass, man. You're going to be able to have that experience. So I like that they're bringing in the PC and the console community together. I like that. For me, I have those PC friends, so it's going to be kind of cool to see and experience those games for the first time with them. That's going to be epic. Let's go and kind of overwrap the E3 conference. They showed the games, they showed the console, they talked about Xbox Live, they talked about the future of Xbox, they talked about the VR coming out. They already announced a partnership with Oculus Rift regarding to the VR. So there's a lot going on. So you kind of know where Xbox is going from here on out in terms of games, in terms of UI. They talked about the Cortana and the UI update improvement that they're doing. They talked about the future of the VR. They talked about the Scorpio, how they're building this next generation of Xbox that's all under the same umbrella. They talked a lot about Xbox as a whole. Now, when we go into the Sony conference, I love the orchestra. However, the presentation sucked. And the reason I say this is because they had great games. Great games. God of War 4 looked absolutely stunning. Spider-Man dropped my jaw because it was being created by Insomniac Games, and it actually looked decent. It looked good. That was my jaw dropper. I was like, Spider-Man? Insomniac Games? Those graphics? Oh my gosh. I'm a huge Spider-Man nerd. I love Spider-Man. But anyway, and then you got other games that are on the VR, the Batman experience in VR, the Resident Evil 7. I know a lot of people have mixed reviews about it because it has that similar style like Outlast. But once again, they're trying to bring that horror and death with VR, so I kind of get it. I hope that they're going to give you different modes in terms of views on how you can play that game. So, I mean, we'll hopefully see more detail with that. With Hideo Kojima, the way he was walking down that that path with that Michael Jackson lighting floor up thing, and he presented that game, that looked pretty impressive. However, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't really know what it was. Is it a survival? Is it a horror game? It's going to be like another PT? I don't know, but it looked cool. So, Sony, hands down, had the games that made me go, oh my gosh. They did. The games were awesome. The way they demoed the games was awesome. But as a presentation, it sucked. If you really think about it, if you were the individual who had to spend $100 to go out there and you're seeing everything on screen, it is a disappointment. Once again, look at it at a consumer, look at it at a business perspective, and look at it as a mature perspective. You know, you coming out of pocket, you're watching everything on screen, and that was really it. That's really disappointing. It's the Super Bowl of gaming. I have a PS4, and I was really excited to be like, I just paid $300 for this. Dude, I know E3 is crazy. Sony did a phenomenal job with E3 last year, so I know it's going to be legit. So when I saw this, I was pretty disappointed. I was like, great games, but sorry presentation. The guy that walked out on stage, he didn't even seem like he was happy to be there. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't out there, hey, my Sony people, what's going on? Welcome to E3. There was no hype. There was nothing. It was like, hey guys, I'm out here. I'm going to present you these games. Good job, orchestra. here you go. Hideo Kojima came out, presented his game. The guy came back. Remember that trailer that I showed you at the very beginning? Here's that gameplay. You guys have a good night. And then that was it. I was just like, what? Like, when they was showing the VR games, I was really sitting there waiting, like, when are they going to show, like, the actual presentation of the VR? Like, are they going to come out on the actual floor, show us how someone wears a VR, show us how they play it on both perspectives, like when you're playing on the controller, what is that experience like when you're playing Call of Duty? Is it with, like, a device you're using to shoot people with? They're like, what, you know, are you moving? Like, I wanted to see the actual natural experience of the VR, and we didn't. I was just like, what? I mean, you showed me a bunch of VR games. I'm glad that they have some legit VR games that are coming out, so now I feel like I can spend $3.99 on a VR, and just like any new technology, as time progresses, the fidelity, the graphics, and the gameplay, the textures are going to look way beyond in what it did at launch. I felt like I really could have just went to the PlayStation website and just pressed play. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't feel like it wasn't a presentation. They didn't talk about it. No one was hyped about anything. Like, I didn't see any personality in the presentation. Now, once again, this is my view. These are my opinions. I hope everyone respects the opinions. Now, I know that the comments are going to be kind of harsh because I've seen it on other YouTubers. Really, I was disappointed. Now, right now, I'm only sold to the fact that I have a PS4. I'm gonna keep my PS4 for only PlayStation 4 exclusives. I didn't get sold by it. I didn't feel like, what's the future of PlayStation? What are they doing with the UI? What are they doing with their PlayStation Network? What are they doing with PlayStation Neo? How advanced is PlayStation Neo really going to be? So that's just my talk, man. So let me go ahead and leave it at that. I hope you guys respect my opinion once again. Keep it in mind, it is an E3 conference. It's a presentation amongst millions of people of the world. Once again, I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys really understood my point of view and my vision on E3 regarding the Sony and Microsoft conference. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you guys really do enjoy the rest of your E3. God bless all of you. God bless all the families out in Orlando. Much love and support for everyone, and y'all have a good day. Peace.